Not enough Boja makes community go to drama. Yep. Now, who was I talking to? I think it was just we were having a general conversation about the lack of Boja content. Oh, that's right. I was I was busting Nuggy's chops about alt jobs and how easy it is, like just how simple it is and how accessible it is to get the new relics, right? And of course, being the raider that he is, but I gotta do 10 hours of Manderville. So what? It's the best side story in this entire freaking game. Sit down, sit back, grab yourself a snack and beverage of your choice, and enjoy that glorious Manderville ride. So while I have been able to get more relics in Endwalker than any other expansion relics, right? Any other expansion, including A Realm Reborn, where I was there the entirety in A Realm Reborn, and I never finished a relic weapon. I didn't even finish a relic weapon during the 2.0 days. I started one. It was my Black Mage relic weapon, and I never went out and finished it. Heaven's Ward, I didn't even start relics. I wasn't even here for the start of relics. And Stormblood, well, you're going through my first Stormblood relics, where I'm currently working on 3 of them at the same time, basically. And then you get into Shadowbringers, which is my Paladin, Black Mage, Monk. What do I have, like 3 or 4? I have like 3 or 4 relics, and I think I started Dark Knight, so I have like 3 or 4 relics in Shadowbringers. And then you come into Endwalker, every job that I have at 90 basically has a relic. Right? Huge change in the accessibility of getting those relics. It's a huge change. But we had a trade-off, right? We had a huge trade-off with that kind of system. It's very easy to get relics, but we lost that long-term grindy content like Boja, like Eureka, the Atma farm, the Light farm. All of those things just kind of disappeared, right? It just all kind of disappeared from us, and we were left with no grind. Because you're able to get all of your tomes through all of your daily activities, right? So you don't have to go out and do extra stuff to get extra tomes or whatever, or farm your light, or go to do fates and get your Atmas, whatever it may be. You don't have to do any of that stuff, you know? So it's made it so much easier to get and so much faster, but they traded off giving us a long-term grind. And so like a big effect that we had because they made that relic grind just kind of disappear is there was no long-term grind. Population dips, and when the population dips, it distills down to the people who are on here all the time no-lifing, which just increased drama coming out of the... And not only just like coming from in-game, things that happen on a daily basis, being turned into this huge ordeal, but then also community members going outside of the game to farm drama. And it was almost like this sort of like this boredom set in. They didn't have their shout chats to talk about mayonnaise coffee and all the cursed things that all of these shout chats used to do in these long-term grindy pieces of content. We don't have that outlet anymore, right? We don't have that outlet anymore. And it's apparent. It is blatant that we're missing it. That to me is what I think the downfall... That's the downfall to doing the relics this way, is that 14 players right now are just like this. They're just twiddling their thumbs. Bored as hell, out of their minds. Oh, I gotta go get 1,500 more tomestones running roulette so I can get another relic weapon. Whoop-de-doo, right? It's bad. Doo-doo. And the fact that they've teased Boja, or Boja-like content for Dawn Trail, it makes my heart happy. It does make my heart happy. Mounts, minions, yeah. Yep, Boja was the same way. Mounts and minions and relics and leveling your job classes. And there's just, with Eureka and Boja there was just so much to do. It was so good. You could do so many different things in that endgame grind. Malden PvP for the glam. That could have been. I wonder if that's what they did. Because it wasn't Criterion, right? Criterion wasn't that content. PvP only appeals to a certain population. I mean, it got me playing. CC is awesome. It got me playing PvP. And it's pretty fun sometimes.